Everyone, I'm Loida and welcome back to my channel. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a long time, you probably noticed that it had been almost a month since I last uploaded on here, which is way too long if you ask me, and I'm sure that many of you have been waiting for a video. Now, the reason that it has been this long is because I have just been so busy when it comes to my real estate work. I'm at a point right now that I have had the most business that I have ever had in my career, and I'm just so grateful and blessed that I can finally see the fruits of my labor coming to fruition. And I want to share pretty much exactly with you what has been going on and how I got these deals, because I know many of you are probably brand new or you haven't had much success, so you might look at me as a form of inspiration. So if you have been following me, you know, and you have seen my past videos where I share with you exactly what my experience has been with cold calling and door knocking. You've seen my first for sale by owner video. You've seen my cold calling expireds video. And fast forward until now, I'm excited to share that last month I did the most transactions that I have ever done. And that was 6 transactions. So I'm going to share with you exactly how I got those. So 2 of those were listings that I actually ended up double ending. One of the listings was a seller that was previously a for sale by owner that I ended up listing, and the buyer ended up being somebody that called me off the sign. They were qualified. We put the deal together right there. 2 deals, dual agency. Another one of my listings, it was from a referral from David up in Washington. If you're watching, shout out to you, David. The seller, she was probably one of the best sellers that I have ever had the opportunity to work with. And the buyer that ended up buying that house actually came through one of our open houses, and we ended up putting that together. So again, that was dual agency. We represented both the buyer and the seller. Now, I had also been working with 2 buyers. One of them was someone that I had previously worked with before. It was about 2 years ago. At that time, inventory was extremely low and we kept on getting overbid. So we felt that it was best to hold off. Fast forward until now, there was a lot more inventory available and we were able to put a deal together, and that was another deal. Another one that I put together was actually from a buyer from my sphere of influence, and that person, they were already qualified, and the same thing happened. We had been looking, that perfect property popped up, and we put the deal together. So imagine having 6 transactions going on, and maybe you're thinking, well, Loida, 2 of these you represented the buyer and the seller, so it shouldn't be that difficult because you already have that transaction. And no, let me tell you, when you're representing both the buyer and the seller, it can get tricky because you have to stay neutral. You have to listen to the buyer and listen to the seller and their needs and their wants to make sure that if they have any questions, you're answering those questions. And if there's any paperwork that needs to be filled out, everyone is cooperating, because the last thing that you want is for there to be any type of delays. So that's pretty much what has been going on in my life for the past month and a half. Currently, I have 3 more listings that I just put on the market and 2 buyers that I'm working with. So this has been like the busiest year that I have had so far in my career, and it's great. I'm at a point now that we're gonna hire a full-time administrative assistant, executive assistant pretty much, to handle everything, including my calendar, including my team's calendar, because again, I'm at a point where I feel like I have no life, you know. And one of the reasons that you haven't seen me post a video is just because I'm so busy with my real estate stuff that even when I get home from work, I'm working on the business and what we can do to make it better and get more business and getting more systemized, sending newsletters, any ideas. That's what I'm doing pretty much from like 6 to 10 o'clock at night. And you know, I don't want to continue doing that. So I know that in order to grow, we have to expand, and I'm just really excited about that. I learned so much dealing with so many different people at the same time, different personalities, different ways of interacting, how people respond. Some are more aggressive than others, some are passive, some are super easy to work with, others are a nightmare. I do have a nightmare story from one of the sellers that I was currently working with in one of the deals that I just closed. Long story short, the cops had to come because the seller wasn't moving out. That's just a crazy story. I have so many of those that I'm pretty sure that eventually I'm gonna do a video where I'm sharing with you these nightmare stories. They're not fun. They're funny to laugh at now, but when you are facing these people in these situations, it's like you want to cry and you want everything to go away and ignore everybody, but it doesn't go away. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to share with you exactly what has been going on. I have so many exciting things planned also for my channel, for the brand, for me, for you guys to give back to you. I always get so many messages from many of you that are watching or have been following me for a really long time that ask me if I do coaching or if you guys can come and shadow me. And I do have something in the works in terms of an event, so stay tuned for that. The best way to find out when that's going to happen is by you following me on social media, especially on Instagram. That's where I'm always active pretty much every day. If I'm not posting an actual picture, I'm always posting Instagram stories, so you can stay tuned on there. So with that being said, thank you also so much to all of you agents that watch me. They have sent me clients as referrals. You guys are going to be getting your checks soon. And for those of you that are out of state or know somebody that wants to buy or sell out here, feel free to email me, teambcsold@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to take care of your clients, whether they want to buy or they're looking to sell out here. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for a lot more content, and I'll see you on the next one.